Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at my Kubota and seeing how much it is worth and how much I put into it. Okay, so first let's start out with the major things. So, when we bought this thing, I bought it for $1,500 in Canadian, and it's pretty much as you see it now, except we've added a couple parts to it, fixed some things, not cosmetically, but internally things have been fixed. The only really cosmetics we did was put in some LED rear lights because it didn't have lights at all back here, and I restored the exhaust because the exhaust was really rusty. And other than that, it's completely the same. The steering wheel, it's been in the sun. It's all sunbathed and rotting, so there's not much you can do about the steering wheel. But anyway, let's take a look under the hood. Okay, so again, underneath the hood, not much has changed. I put a different battery in it. This one's out of a Mazda. This one's not the greatest condition, but it's better than the battery that was in it. The battery that was in it was pretty bad, and you'd go through 2 starts and the thing would die. So also, I added this to the decompression because it was missing the whole mechanism. We also put in, if you see that one right there, that glow plug was bad. That's the new one we just replaced a couple years ago. Not much else. Oh yeah, we changed the starter because the solenoid went on it. This starter right here is an aftermarket. This fuel pump is also aftermarket, but I didn't put that on. That was put on by the previous owner. When it comes to the clutch, we replaced the clutch underneath the vehicle, or underneath the tractor. You can see that there's the bell housing. We had to split the entire tractor in half completely, disconnect all the hydraulic lines. We put in a new roll bearing, a clutch plate, and a clutch disc. So when we bought it, this, instead of going here, went all the way down there. Like, it was as far down as it could go, and you wouldn't be able to stop it. You start it up, put it in gear, and it wouldn't stop. And every time you wanted to change gears, it would grind, even if you push the clutch in. We also changed the transmission case oil because it was full of water, along with the engine oil. The engine oil was also really like molassesy. Also, when we bought this toolkit, inside of it was a really rusty glow plug and a bunch of remains of a mouse nest. And yeah, well, right now things that need to be replaced. Well, this thing is pretty beat up. You can see it's still got some Japanese writing on it. Another thing it does need a fan belt. It's got chunks missing out of the belt. And if you can see in there, there's a bit of oil leaking from the head gasket. So it needs an engine rebuild because the engine is pretty tired. And I don't think I'll be investing in an engine rebuild kit because it's about $500 Canadian. And I don't think it'd really be worth it because this thing's probably going to get sold soon. Because, well, if you look at it, these are turf tires. You can get a better model, the 4-wheel drive model. This is the b6000e. If I get the b6000, the b6000 is 4-wheel drive. And I can invest money into that instead of this. This has the same engine as a b6000, it's just this is the lower end model. If this was a b6000, I would have probably changed because with the rebuild kit, you get pistons, sleeves, and all the seals you need, along with valves. And that would have been pretty good if I really wanted to go and do that. As you can see, it's still got its original, I don't know what this is made of. This is like fibery kind of radiator hose. We also did rewire the headlights. I painted the radiator cap because it was rusting. And I cleaned that cap. The brakes were pretty good. They're kind of sticky now because it's cold out and the oil is kind of stuck. But other than that, the resale value for this, so let's go into account. The starter was $200. The clutch whole rebuild kit was about $400. The oil was about $50. And the engine oil for this was also about $30-ish. It already had coolant in it, and the coolant is fine. And the paint wasn't expensive, it was free. You can see the goose there. And then diesel, it's we haven't put much diesel into this thing. It's really efficient when it comes to diesel. So we pretty much did all the fluid changes and all the parts that requires it to run. So other than that, the whole resale value can probably be about $3,500 to $4,000, because that's usually what they're going for right now. This one was just being sold cheap because it was in bad shape. And if you are the previous owner watching this, this is what's happening with your tractor. So, well, other than that, well, I think around this summer I'm probably going to sell it and buy a new tractor, or not new tractor, but new to me. And it's probably going to be something similar to something like this, or a Kubota, maybe a Mitsubishi. Those things are pretty rare. Yeah, other than that, this is pretty much the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like the video if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.